get to 12 at least. So Sawa's hand is raised. Jasmine's hand is raised. If it's not up, I'm probably going to call on you. Let's see. Simon.
We could create like an equation on how we're going to solve.
So we have to set up an equation, right? So we have some information that we were given, but again, before we even set up an equation, like how should we frame our thinking with this problem? Simon, can you mute yourself for me? Ronnie's hand is up. Ronnie, go ahead.
Huh? I wasn't raising my hand.
Oh, you raised your hand. So now I'm asking, Ronnie, how should we approach this problem? How should we frame our thinking?
I didn't raise my hand.
Okay. All right, Ronnie, so I'm going to give you 10, 9. You're going to have to do the problem anyway, so.
I did it.
All right, Ronnie, can you mute yourself? All right, guys, so whether or not you raise your hand, right, if you're called on, that's asking you to contribute to our conversation. Okay, so moving forward, let's remember, if you are called on, you are prepared to speak. Sawa, go ahead.
You can do one thing you could also use to solve is a model before.
Okay, so we can model, right? We can model our thinking. Okay, so we have this grand total, and we know that some changes were made. Okay. So now my question, or gonna come to you really quickly, Jada. I see your hand was raised.
Can you repeat the question really fast?
Right, so I just wanted to know how we can frame our thinking as we approach this question, right? Because it's given, so what is it that we're going to do to set ourselves up?
What we can do is probably we can make like a list or a tape diagram.
Okay, so kind of like what Sawa just said, right? We can continue that thinking by creating a tape diagram. Okay, so again, there's a total of 1,026 cars that were parked at the arena, and we know that 2/3 of them left. So again, back to our question, how many stayed until the fourth quarter? My question to you, so show me the chest. Okay, were there more? Thumbs up for more, thumbs down for less. Whoever, can you make sure you guys are muted right now? Thumbs up. Okay. Were there more than 1,000 cars left or less than 1,000 cars left at the start of the fourth quarter? Karen, Cece. I'm sorry, Karen, I see your thumb. Okay. Jaden Stewart, why do you say less?
I say less because if most of the cars are gone for the third quarter, I wouldn't say it would be more than 1,000 because
Well, let me ask you this: how do you know most of the cars are gone?
Because 2/3 of the cars left, and 2/3 is more. It is like most of the like.
Okay, Jaden, mute yourself. Thank you, Jaden. Okay, Gabby, coming to you. You said less as well. Will you build on what Jaden is saying?
I agree with Jaden because we know that we're gonna have to figure out 2/3 of the 1,020, yeah, and then we're gonna have to figure out the 1/3, and we know that 2/3 is going to.
I don't want to know how you're gonna solve, right? I just wanted to know like why you say less than 1,000. Okay, but now I'm gonna push Gabby and Jaden for sharing, but now we're gonna push it a little bit further. So I see some of us are kind of let's make sure again, guys, that we're focused in on the camera and on the work to be done. Okay, so now again, fist to chest, thumbs up for more, thumbs down for less. Now my question, are there going to be more or less than 500 cars remaining after the third quarter? More or less than 500 cars remaining after the third quarter? So I'll wait, I'll give us another 5. Rangelis, give us another 4, another 3, another 2, another 1. Karen, you say less. Why?
I say less because yeah, I think you have to multiply the third quarter to find how much stay into the fourth quarter.
We have to multiply. Okay, Karen, Karen, mute yourself for me? Giselle, sit up. Giselle, do you agree with Karen or disagree?
I disagree.
So Giselle, you say there will be more than 500 cars remaining at after the third quarter?
No. Because I remember that Mr. Lee, the problem said that 2/3 of the cars left. So and we need to figure out what 2/3 of 1026 is, and you might, and then
But how did you get, so again, my question, right? How did you get to that and how did you come to say that there will be less than 500 cars remaining? What makes you believe that?
I believe that there's gonna be less than 500, because if there's less than 500, then because if there's more than 500, then it would.
Okay, Giselle, hold on, okay? I want you to gather your thoughts and we'll come back to you. All right, so let's go back to our focus on the question really quickly. Right, so the action that's taking place within this problem, what is it and what does that mean? Okay, Ethan, I'm coming to you. What is actually happening in this problem? What does it mean?
Actually happening in this problem is that there's a certain amount of cars in an arena and 2/3 of it go away, and we're trying to figure out how much is left.
Jaden Stewart, do you agree with what Ethan said? You want to build on that?
I agree with you, Ethan, and I would like to add on that because 2/3 are gone, that means there's gonna be less people there, and because there is less people there, it's gonna be less than 1,000.
Okay, we know it's going to be less, right? But I think Ethan told us exactly what's happening in this problem, right? So 2/3 of those cars are being removed from the 2/3 of the people. 2/3 of the cars are leaving the game prior to the fourth quarter starting. All right, so what we're going to do now, okay, is go into our breakout rooms. Right, so on your paper, I'm going to jot down some key look fors, or on my paper, I'm going to jot down some key look fors, okay? So first thing that I want to see, we need to see that we have our number sentences. Okay, this is definitely a problem where there could be an effective model, right? Model your thinking, okay? Make sure this is going to allow you to visualize exactly what's happening and put you in a good position to answer the question properly. Okay, from there, you also need to have your work labeled and organized. Okay, and you also should be checking your work. So these are things that we all need to see, right, in our breakout rooms. Okay, you have your list here. You might want to write this down or make a mental note of what we're looking for. Right now, we're going to go into our rooms and then we'll come back together.
I can unmute myself.
No.
Me too.
No.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Adriana.
Okay. So you are gonna go ahead and put your pencils to paper and work on the number story. I'm gonna give us 5 minutes. Make sure that the work is labeled. Okay, that's fine, Simon. Simon, can you hold your paper up so I can see? Double check your work, Simon. No, we're not chatting right now. Okay, wait. Wait, Haja, what did you do? Haja, can you hold it a little clearer? Ugh, why is it so hard to read? Wait, so, Haja?
First, I divided 1026 by 3, and I got 342. And then I drew like a model with 342 in 3 different like spaces, and then I crossed out 2 of the spaces, and I got 342 as the amount of people left. And I checked my work by doing 342 times 2, and I got 684, and I added 342, and I got 1026.
Okay.
And my number sentence was that matches the story was 1026 divided by 3, and my number sentence that matched my work
What
was
is it divided by 3? I thought it was 2/3.
1000, because if you did 1000 divided by 3, you would get the answer. But I didn't know how to like phrase it by saying whatever you get here, you gotta like take away 2 of it. I don't know how to phrase it. So I just, because if you did that, you would get 342, and then that would get that, and that's the answer.
Okay. Okay. So question?
Yeah.
Salwa, do you have a question?
Yes.
What's up?
Is there any irrelevant information here?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yes.
I don't know. Do your best. Break down the problem. Yes, Simon.
So my question is, like, if you were supposed to do it, would you put it into a fraction?
Well, what do you mean? What's your number sentence?
1026 divided by 3.
I thought it was 2/3. I'm confused, guys.
I'm also confused very much.
So, okay. The question is, okay, so the question is, so there's a total of 1,026 cars, right? And they're okay, and there's a total of 1,026 cars. 2/3 of the cars left, and now I want to know how many there are now, right? So if I have a total and then 2/3 of that leave, I want to know what the remaining amount is. So what does that? So what do we do? What's our plan to solve? If I have a total of 1,026 and 2/3 left. So what do I need to find first? I have a total of 1,026. 2/3 of those people left. Simon.
You need to find. You need to divide it by 3 to get an answer.
But if I divide it by 3, then that's a third. That's not 2/3.
So then you divide it by 6.
6.
Because if 3 equals 1/3, then wouldn't it need to equal? Wait. It's like at first I did 1026 divided by 3, and then I got 342, and then I subtracted that from 1026.
Okay, so you got 6 what? 600 what?
For my answer, I got 684.
Okay, so 684 is what? That's 2/3 of 1026, right? But the question's not asking me what is 2/3 of 1026. What is it asking? Look back at the question. What is it asking? I'm noticing some of us aren't looking. You're looking at me. What is it asking? It's not asking for 2/3 of 1026. Nashla?
The question is asking us for the amount that stayed until the fourth quarter.
So it's asking us how much is left over, right? So if I know what 2/3 of 1026 is, like Simon said, I need to know how much is left over. So what do I do once I find 2/3 of 1026? Nashla.
You have to do 1026 minus 684.
Exactly. I'm giving us about 3 more minutes. Yes, Sawa.
So I tried doing I tried doing 1000 to. I don't understand the question.
Okay, well, so we broke it down. What did you do? Let me see. Can I see it? So you did 1026 cards in total, and then what did you do? Divided by 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it's 2/3. Why are we just dividing it by 3?
So we have to divide it by 6.
Why? Where is the 6 coming from?
The 6 is coming from because 2 times 3 equals 6, and so that's 2.
But it's a fraction. Fractions aren't multiplication.
2 6.
2/6. 2/3. So we have to find 2/3 of 1026. So sure, we divide it by 3. We divide 1026 by 3, and then do what? What do we do with the 2?
With the 2, we multiply it.
So we can do 1026 divided by 3, and then multiply that by 2. That gives us 2/3 of the total, but we need to know how many are left over. We need to know that last third. Okay, keep going. So Zayana, where's your number story? Do you not have the packet? Did anybody else get an answer? Hold it up if you got an answer. Daniel, I can't see yours. Nice, okay. Okay. Elhaj?
Answer was 684.
No,
It isn't?
it's not. Like I said, reread what the question's asking. So Haja, you just divided by 3, right?
Yeah. But this is like
I divided by 3 and then I took one of the because I just divided by 3 and you divide by 3 and that gets you the answer.
That gives you a third, right? Okay.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
opposite of
And the
inside.
third is
So, but then his latest effort is lurid or whatever.
No, so I'll try again. Make sure that you have a number sentence that matches the story and that matches your work. So Haja, you have a number sentence, but it doesn't make, see what number sentence would match the story.
His latest
What?
because
it's
I don't know how to
special effort.
explain. I don't know how to
Special
explain
effects,
like how I don't know how to make a number sentence showing 2/3 of
the spice. Like
1,000.
Well, what does that mean? What do we, how do we do? What is 2/3 of? What is that telling us to do?
We have to find whatever
displayed.
Okay, we have to return.
Astonishing, like wonderful.
Yeah,
Is it break yet?
no.
Okay.
Okay.
You've not been writing
Right.
I can't find you.
Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, so I saw a lot of good work. Funny to see, but I got a lot of correct answers from my group, and I know that some of the other groups did as well. So what we're gonna do now is take a look at some strategies that were used. How that's going to look is, as you're speaking, I'm going to be writing out your strategy. So make sure you are walking us through what is your number sentence, what steps you took to get the answer that you got. So from my group, we'll start with Daniel Mensa. Daniel, where are you? All right, Daniel, can you hold your paper up to your screen? And please walk us through your strategy that you used. Unmute yourself. Oh, go ahead, Daniel. Sorry. Go ahead, Daniel.
All right. So first, what I did is that I wrote down my plan, which was my plan was to have the 1,026 total cars, and then divide it by 3, which would help me get the 1/3 that I needed to find.
So this 1,026 divided by 3 would give you 1/3 of the total cars. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what did you do?
Next, what I did was that I put it into a division, an algorithm. So
Well, in the group, you said you did something else before that. So what did that look like? How did you represented this expression or this equation in a different way? What did you do?
So I did 1,026 over 3.
And you represented it as a fraction. Why?
Because then I know that it would help me more like represent the fact that I needed to do 1,026 divided by 3 to get me that remaining 1/3.
Okay, so essentially, all right, you just took this and modeled it as a fraction to represent that 1/3 or that 1/3 of these total cars. Okay, so thumbs agree, disagree, you're with us so far? Everyone? Agree, disagree? Justin, are you there? Nora, are you there? Giselle? Anthony, you're disagreeing. Okay, Anthony, what's
I went.
Mhm.
I missed everything because I went to the bathroom.
Okay. All right, so Daniel Mensa, coming back to you. Go ahead and walk us through the finish.
Okay, to finish, I did the division algorithm, and I did 1,046 divided by 3.
1,026 divided by 3, and that got you to a total of how many cars remaining?
342 cars remaining.
342 cars remaining. All right, so Daniel was able to use a long division algorithm and place this, use the context of the question to and place that into a fraction form and work from there. Was anyone able to? I'm sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Am I? First day. All right. But so this is Daniel's strategy here, essentially. Okay. So really quickly, we're going to move on to someone from another group who was able to use a different strategy. So I think we're going to go to Jamie. Jamie, if you could unmute yourself. She's not here. If Jamie's not there, we'll go to Kaylin. Kaylin, are you there? I'm not seeing Jamie or Kaylin in my
I see Jamie's hand.
I don't see her. Oh,
I got it. Jamie?
Jamie, go ahead.
Once it unmutes, lets me unmute you.
I'm just gonna write Jamie.
So what I did was that I first did the division algorithm, and I divided 1,026 by 3.
Can you
get
which
Jamie,
huh? what's your number sentence?
What?
Can you do your number sentence first?
My number sentence. So my number sentence would be 1,026 divided by 3. 1,026 divided by, in parentheses. Wait. 1,026, and then you would put divided by, minus. I don't know. I didn't really get to come up with
minus what?
Minus 1,026 divided by 3 in parentheses.
So let's take a look let's go back to the problem really quickly. So Jamie, you're subtracting, if you subtracted that 1,026 minus 3, right? Essentially, we can look back at Daniel's example. You'd be subtracting 1,026 minus 1/3 of 1,026. Would that really make sense in terms of this problem? What should you be trying to subtract here, Jamie?
1,026 divided by 2/3.
Well, so what are you taking away from that 1,026? You're taking away what?
1/3.
You took, so to get to that 1/3, you had to take away
You're
what?
taking away 1/3.
To get, you're trying to solve for 1/3. So to solve for 1/3, you had to eliminate how many thirds? Jamie? If I need to figure out what
Mr. Lee?
Jamie?
I think her sound is pausing or something.
My sound?
Yeah.
No, her sound.
All right, Jamie, we're gonna, for the sake of time, let's move forward. Can anyone help me? So if I'm trying to figure, if I need to take away, right, this 2/3 in order to get, so someone has a hand raised. I don't know who it is. Miriam's iPad, is that Haja?
It's Haja.
Haja, go ahead. Haja?
You're
so loud. I'm not
Yeah.
muted.
But watch it be a nice thing.
Okay, so you would have to, when you figured out that answer, you would have to figure out how you would like take out two of those
I don't even know what it was exactly.
So, okay, all right, let's just talk through it. I'm gonna talk us through it, okay? Just for the sake of time, right? So we have this value, and then everyone following along. So we have this value, right? This value of 1,026, okay? And Jamie set us up properly. She said we're gonna be subtracting something, right? But we need to subtract 2/3 of this value. So how am I gonna figure out what 2/3 of 1,026 is? Elhaj, tell me. What would I do?
You need to take 3/3 away from 2/3.
So if I have a value, right, I have 1,006 Elhaj, and I'm trying to figure out what 2/3 of that is, I'm going to do.
Multiply.
So now our number percentage that matches the story should be 1,026 minus what, Elhaj?
Minus 2/3.
No.
Minus 3/3.
So minus, you have 1,026. I need to figure out what 2/3 of that is. So I'm going to do what, Elhaj? You just said it. I'm going to multiply this by what?
By 2/3.
2/3. And that would tell me what that 1/3 value is. So that remaining amount.
Which is 684.
So 2/3 would be 684. And then from there, we take that value away from the 126, and that would give us a total of 342 cars remaining. All right, so we are right at our time. I know that was pretty difficult to get through. We'll continue to work through it. Thank you for those. I know a lot of us were participating in our smaller groups. Let's just all be patient together and work through the kinks. However, we need to make sure, again, that when we're called on, we are prepared to contribute to the conversation. This is not just an opportunity for us to sit at home and hang out on the webcam all day. So we are now in our break. Ms. Peach, should we just go right into the break, or should we continue?
Yeah. We're just gonna go into the break. You need to be back here at 2:20. 2:20, back here for writing.
Your conflict should be drafted.